So the SEC will not appeal the grayscale decision. So that's huge, absolutely huge.
It is.
And I know that you have some articles on this too, so we'll kind of go back and forth on this, but it does make a much more serious opportunity for there to be an ETF that is going to be coming into play for Bitcoin for grayscale, that's exciting. And by the way, I actually think that I was looking this up. So as of November, I don't know if this is actually, if there's more than this or not, but according to this search, it says as of November 2022, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust holds one of the largest shares of Bitcoin BTC right now. Okay. Currently holding 643,572 BTC worth. That's worth about 10.6 billion, approximately 3% of all Bitcoins currently available. So basically what they have in stock right now, that would be the backing of their ETF, is literally 3% of Bitcoin in general.
In their personal holdings.
Yeah, in their personal holdings. So that's 10 billion plus, basically $10.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And so that's what they.
So you would think
you don't blame them for wanting to have an ETFs, like
right? Yeah, they want the price to go up. Let's get that $100,000 price real quick.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
that'll be 40 billion.
Right, exactly. And so, obviously this isn't the first Bitcoin ETF that's been launched before. I mean, there's other Bitcoin ETFs out there. And there's some much larger.
Yeah, they're future ETFs.
Correct.
Futures.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, future ETFs and whatnot. But this is going to be such massive news for crypto in general, because now you're talking about backing actual value. Like,
right.
That's what this is all about. This is all about, securities and commodities. This is basically proclaiming that Bitcoin is a security now when this actually takes place, essentially, yes. Right? Yeah. So that's the whole concept. And I think for those of you who don't understand what an ETF actually is, that this is probably one of the greatest pieces of news that you could actually have for crypto in general. Like, as far as bringing actual value, because it's defining crypto as value. It's not just people being like, oh, it's this, it's just a stupid digital algorithm that everybody feels like is really, valuable. It's like, no, we're actually putting actual security value to it when these ETFs are created. So there is no argument there anymore once this happens, which is exciting, So this is probably some of the biggest news we've probably had come out all year, believe it or not. And
yes.
Has probably countered all the negative news that we've had come out with, FTX and just some of the stupid drama.
Oh my God. So because of this, I'm going to just take over the screen real quick.
Yeah.
There it is. Because of that, people are saying there's a 90% chance that spot Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved. So ARK Invest in 21 Shares updated their spot Bitcoin ETF applications upon the request of the SEC. So now they're expected to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF by January 10th.
Jeez.
So,
yes,
so because of that, now I'm finding articles like this, Bitcoin price prediction. This is from Forbes, can Bitcoin reach 1 million by 2025? Whereas, you look up price predictions and they're saying that's not going to happen until like 2032.
Yeah.
But now Forbes, could it?
Wow. Forbes.
I don't know.
Bullish.
What do you think, Cody?
Bullish Forbes. Bullish Forbes. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's very possible for it to hit that $1 million mark by 2025. I think
if we take a zero off.
Yeah, I think that what you're saying, that 100,000 by 2025. I think that's.
I mean, I'm thinking, for me, I think it's going to be closer to 200,000 at the peak.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my prediction for the top of the bull market for BTC in general is probably 90 to 100,000. That's my conservative. If it hits 1 million, dude, there's something incredibly crazy.
I mean, we're going to see it 1 million in our lifetimes.
Yeah, but you have to see, the thing is like, this is the way that I see it. We are still not in a place where people are comfortable to send BTC. People are still shaking their fingers, trying to click around, sending crypto from one exchange to another, let alone sending them to their own wallets and stuff, because they're scared of losing that stuff. So there's There's no security. And then there's in the insurance, as soon as the insurance policies go up, this is why I love the ETF concept, because the thing is people are not actually holding Bitcoin with ETFs. What they're holding is the share value of BTC that's already existing within that exchange.
So to me, that's people dragging their feet. They want exposure to this new technology, but they really don't want to let go of the old. Right. So we got to let go of the old, and it's going to happen.
Right. But the people,
but that's where, to me, regulation needs to come in place and make it like we had talked before.
Oh, and it
makes
is.
It a one-click, easy thing. It's guaranteed by the government. So hence, that's where we're going to be using stable coins.
Right.
Government currencies, Bitcoin and other cryptos are going to be needed to do stuff on those platforms, the gaming industry, whatever.
Right.
DeFi, all these other applications. You
have all the use cases. And the applications,
so the use cases. So we might have a couple hundred cryptos at the end of the day once it's fully in place.
Yep.
But Bitcoin's turning into the new store of value. Another place to put your money.
Right. Exactly. And I just think it's important that people understand, like, the price of Bitcoin doesn't soar to the moon until people feel comfortable with the idea that they can't lose it. That's my opinion.
How about this? Big corporations, BlackRock,
physically lose it,
right? They don't want people to feel comfortable right now.
No, of course not, because they want to keep it all up.
They need to get their chunk. Like you already showed, Grayscale owns 3% of Bitcoins.
3%?
That's crazy.
When did they pick that up? That's the question.
Right?
I bet you they picked that up on every bear market that you've seen over the past, 6 or 7 years. You know.
But that's
the last
crazy.
2 bear markets, that's when they grabbed it all. They were grabbing it back when, I'll bet you that Grayscale, BlackRock, all these massive, what do you call them? Pools
they were grabbing it. I bet you
it wasn't a joke when we were talking, over the past, saying like institutional investors are getting involved. Like people are just, they don't believe
big money.
it.
This is the big growth here. Big money's getting involved. Like
huge.
We already know this 17
trillion. But the thing is they're already involved. They've been involved. Yeah, they're getting involved right now. They're still getting involved, but
but correct, they have been involved. It's just
they
didn't publicize it.
No, of course not. They don't want that news because that just sends a massive spike in the market, and then they get in trouble with the SEC. They get in trouble with all the regulators, and it just, it's kind of like Elon Musk that one time that he was kind of playing with, it a little bit on the line. I remember when he bought, was it $1 billion in Bitcoin? Something like that, stupid like that,
or a couple billion.
And he was like on Twitter, just like, hey, about $1 billion, and
I think he was bored. Wow. That was before he bought Twitter, so I think he was bored. He was looking for something to do.
He was, but it's just $1 billion.
Let me see what I can do here with my $1 billion.
No big deal. Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, and then he's just like, I don't even know how much Dogecoin he bought, but I'm just like, what the frig are you doing, Elon?
I know.
What's going on?
My kids are telling me to buy Dogecoin then.
Let that sink in.